It is 8:09 a.m. A siren screams, waking 500,000 people in Naples. This is not a drill. Italy just pulled the trigger on emergency plans for Europe's most crowded volcanic zone. We thought we were safe. Then AI proved we missed 78% of the supervolcano's warning signs. If they missed the signs, are we out of time? Phones are blowing up across the Campi Flegrei region right now. The alert is terrifyingly simple. If you are in the red zone, get ready to run. Secret channels are flashing orders to local officials. Registration points are opening. Buses are moving. Families in Pozzuoli and Naples are throwing lives into suitcases. Schools are locking down. Hospitals are prepping. 500,000 lives now depend on one map. One line decides if you stay or if you flee. No room for error here. If you are in the zone, you obey every command. Go to your waiting area immediately. Grab your ID and meds. Pack enough food to survive 72 hours. The warning is everywhere. Billboards and radios scream red zone in 3 different languages. Traffic teams are already seizing the choke points. They decide who leaves and when. Police are dragging the sick and elderly to safety. Shelters in Sicily are already unlocking their doors. This is an exodus. 500,000 people fleeing a zone that might cease to exist tomorrow. Rome has given the order to mobilize. The media briefing is happening right now. They aren't sugarcoating it. This is not a drill. The threat is rising fast. From the Prime Minister down, the system is straining. They want you calm. They want you to trust the plan. But out on the streets, fear is taking over. The sirens are fading, but the panic is real. It is not a maybe anymore. These families are counting the minutes until they lose everything. Dr. Elena Moretti is trying to keep cool at the seismic lab. Her face glows blue from the earthquake monitors. Official records showed 12,000 quakes beneath the volcano. Humans logged every single one by hand. But she admits those numbers were a lie, a dangerous compromise. Old tech missed the small tremors hidden by city noise. Then machine learning started listening in early 2025. The team was horrified. By mid-May, AI found 42,000 earthquakes that humans missed. That means we missed 4 out of every 5 warning shots. The system failed us. This truth hit right after a massive 4.4 quake on May 13th, the strongest shaker in decades. Dr. Moretti calls this the turning point. The AI didn't just count numbers. It revealed a monster beneath our feet. Invisible swarms are now clearly visible clusters. We can see magma rising through hidden pathways. Everyone is terrified. If we miss the warnings, are we closer to the end than we think? Moretti says the quiet years were an illusion. Our tech was just too blind to see the danger. The ground was never sleeping. Scientists are facing a nightmare reality. We underestimated the beast. Planners are panic-stricken. The big one could hit with almost zero warning. This isn't a mountain like Vesuvius. It is a massive, sunken trap created by ancient collapse. It stretches 13 kilometers across, a depression filled with steam vents, boiling lakes, and unsuspecting towns. Vesuvius stands tall, but this killer is hiding in plain sight. 500,000 people are living inside the volcano's mouth. Schools and homes sit right on the fracture lines. The government has drawn a line in the sand. The red zone separates the safe from the doomed. Western Naples and Pozzuoli are inside the kill zone. These neighborhoods are built on old lava and ash. Every hospital and market stands on land that wants to explode. The ground moves beneath their feet. Life here is a gamble. The ground rises and falls by meters like a breathing chest. An eruption here doesn't hit a mountain. It rips through the heart of a living city. 40,000 years ago, this monster woke up. It unleashed the biggest explosion in European history. It blanketed the entire continent in ash. From Italy to Ukraine, it choked rivers and buried forests. Dig in Russia or Romania, and you still find the ash. It is a silent witness to the apocalypse. Hundreds of cubic kilometers of magma spewed out in days. It makes Vesuvius look like a firecracker. Some scientists believe this exact shockwave wiped the Neanderthals off the map. The sun vanished for months. Food supplies collapsed. Entire regions starved to death. Millions of people now live on top of this sleeping monster. It is waking up. Angela Greco watched the floor rise under her feet in the 80s. First came the stuck doors, then windows jammed shut, cracks split the walls. The ground lifted over 6 feet. Streets buckled. Ancient buildings snapped apart. Spring of 1984 brought massive tremors. 40,000 people were forced out. You grab what you can carry. You run. The town went dark. Angela saw her mother's hands shaking. They locked the door forever. Schools moved to shacks. Many businesses died. The city never truly recovered. Angela learned the truth that day. It haunts her. Living here means the ground is your enemy. You must be ready to run. Dr. Roberto Scandone hunts for signs underground. This beast is unpredictable. Think of a self-sealing pressure cooker. The blast builds in silence. Gas rises and cracks the earth. Pressure escapes. Then the trap shuts. Minerals glue the cracks shut. The pressure is locked inside. The bomb resets. It does not vent. It seals tighter. The explosion gets bigger. Energy builds for decades. We are talking about catastrophic failure. The rocks prove it. Silence is not safety. It is a lie. The stronger the seal, the deadlier the blast. Your home sits on a ticking bomb. The danger is invisible. The ground has moved since 2005. It rose nearly 5 feet. This is not just data. It snaps foundations. It destroys roads. 5 months into 2025, 5 major quakes hit. A magnitude 4.4 struck in May. Hospitals shook. Panic spread. The volcano is breathing. Scientists track every gasp. Deadly gas is surging. 1,557 tons daily. This gas kills animals instantly. It seeps through your yard. Magma is rising. The ground warps. The earth shakes. The beast is waking up. Normal life is over. Every tremor fuels the panic. Stanford experts map the danger zone. They see everything now. The chaotic noise is gone. We see the fractures clearly. It is not one crack. It is a spider web of death, a ring of faults. The cracks run right under your neighborhoods. They bend near Pozzuoli. Faults collide here. Massive stress builds directly under the city. Any weak point could burst. Magma creates its own path. Earthquakes draw the map. This is where the explosion starts. One slip triggers the chain reaction. Magma breaches the surface. Evacuation plans are useless. The explosion could happen anywhere. The coordinator stares at the screen. Tension fills the room. They need 200 trains, 1,500 buses, 500,000 lives at risk. The plan looks perfect on paper. Every seat is counted. But the math screams death. You need 10 days to escape. They only have 72 hours. The gap is impossible. Tracks will clog. Traffic will freeze. You are trapped. Ships are slow death traps. Planes cannot fly in this chaos. Even the experts sound terrified. Panic destroys their perfect plans instantly. Every wasted hour kills thousands. You cannot bargain with time. In 1538, the ground suddenly ripped open without warning. 2 days later, hell arrived. Earthquakes, cracks, massive ash plumes. People barely escaped before a new mountain formed from the ash. Ash is bad, but pyroclastic currents are the real monsters. Superheated gas hits at hundreds of kilometers per hour. It vaporizes everything. The plan assumes a 72-hour window. History gives you 0. Warning signs come too late. You will be trapped and burned alive. This waterway feeds the entire Italian economy. It carries everything. 50 billion euros in tourism vanishes. The coast goes dark. This eruption severs trade routes for years. No ships, no goods. One expert warns the crash will hit your wallet too. We miss the signs here. What other volcanoes are hiding threats? Leading seismologists agree on one terrifying reality. The question isn't if it blows, but who survives the shockwave. Scientists admit we are still blind to critical warning signs. Nature ignores our schedules. Uncertainty is the ultimate killer. Will you be ready when it hits? Comment your location now.